You need to use these updated game user settings, as with Fortnite secretly adding some new settings here, as well as some new Epic Games Launcher options. Your game user settings, files / commands all need updating as soon as possible, so you can get the highest amount of FPS and lowest amount of input delay. So if this video does help out, feel free to drop a like on it, drop a sub on the channel, and use my code in the item shop to help me out a ton. Alright, so first things first, we're going to reset our config, as this will remove outdated files and ensure the new files are added by going onto our desktop, pressing the Windows key +R, then typing in % local app data and then % again like so. Press OK. In the local folder, you want to go ahead and locate the Fortnite game folder here. This is your config file. Just go ahead, delete that, press yes, and then you can see it's deleted, and once we open up the game it'll reset, which we can do right now. Just head over to your Fortnite and open the game. If you've correctly reset your config, you'll get this pop-up, find the best settings. You want to go ahead and decline that. It'll then open up the game. You want to head over to your settings like so, and then the video tab will have been fully reset. As you can see right here, we need to optimize all of these real quick. So windowed mode you want on full screen, resolution you want on 1920 by 1080 at the minute, frame rate limit, this can be on either unlimited or you can match it to your monitor's refresh rate. The rendering mode, you want to have this on performance mode like so. Brightness, this can be whatever you want. Same with the colorblind mode, I'm going to have all of these off or on default. As for graphics quality, you want the quality presets to be on low. You want this option right here to be off. The super resolution, just leave it on recommended as it'll get disabled anyway. 3D resolution, you want that on 100%. Dynamic, you want off. Virtualized geometry, you want that off. Shadows, you want off. Global illumination, off. Reflections, off. View distance, I actually recommend having this on far or at least on near, and I explain why in this video on screen. Textures, you want low. Effects, you want low as well. Post-processing, you want low. And then for advanced graphics, show FPS can be on or off. GPU crash debugging, you want off. Latency markers, you want off. And for the NVIDIA Reflex low latency setting right here, this can actually reduce your input delay. I recommend for most people having it on, but if you do have a super low end PC, you might want to turn it off. If you've got a low end to medium end PC, you might want to have it on. And then if you've got an ultra like beastly PC, you might benefit more from having it on plus boost. But for the majority of you out there, I think on will be a happy medium, and that's why I myself use on, and many people do. Once you've configured all of these settings like so, you want to go ahead and click apply. Then it'll ask you if you want to restart your game. Go ahead and restart it. Once you've restarted and you head into the video settings tab, if you scroll down you should see all of our settings have indeed been optimized and it has saved. You'll also notice that if you are using the NVIDIA Reflex low latency mode, it is actually enabled, it's just hidden, and that is a really important one. Also, when you do open the game, you can choose either low meshes or high meshes, but I myself and many people prefer the low meshes for more FPS. Once you're happy with that, go ahead and press apply again, and then you are all good to go. Just close down the game and we will move into the config. To get back into the config, just press the Windows key +R again. Do the same steps as before, that is local app data and then %, just like so. Press OK. Then if you find the Fortnite game folder, you will see that this is a brand new fresh config with the optimizations we just made in game. But that's not all, because there is some hidden settings inside the config. Just open it up, go into saved, go into config, go into Windows Client, and then boom, this is our game user settings file. Now just to double check, go into properties and make sure it is unchecked and not on read only. For most of you, if you did actually reset it, that should be the case. If that's all good, you should go ahead and right click on it and click edit. And then once inside the config itself, we want to go ahead and slowly scroll through all of this and correct anything that hasn't been optimized or is a hidden setting. So scrolling through slowly, guys, you want to make sure that all the reflective quality stuff is on 0. That is very important. Ray tracing false. Scrolling through a little bit more. This is a really important one. This is one of the newer settings I was talking about, and the reason for why you want both of these settings right here on true is because they will help and take care of your computer. And to know why that is, check out this video on screen I made not too long ago when the setting itself went live. Getting back to it, if we scroll down a little bit more, we've got all these little junk settings right here. Just ignore all of these. You just want to go onto the command lines themselves. Scrolling down more, nothing is really standing out so far. Disable mouse acceleration, just ignore the setting, as Fortnite itself is on raw input and it's not on this setting, just disregard it. Scrolling down a little bit more, everything seems to be pretty good so far. Oh, this setting's really important. Low input latency mode is enabled, true. This is very important, guys, as if you are using performance mode, you can't actually enable it in-game. So it's really important you did the steps that I did earlier, and this will mean that it is true. If it is on false, just go ahead and change it to true, and you'll be good to go. Going down a bit more, this is where you obviously change your resolution, and if you do want to use a custom resolution, like any of these good recommended ones on screen right now, be sure to check out this tutorial. I'll leave a link in the description below. Moving on from that, everything seems to be pretty normal. For the scalability groups, this is a super important one. Make sure all of these are on 0. Your view distance can be different, like I mentioned earlier. Mine is on medium, I believe, so it's on 1 right here. And then scrolling down, everything else seems to be perfect. And at the bottom, we've got the mesh quality. 0 means low and 1 means high. So yeah, all of my config right here, guys, is looking great and amazing. It's super optimized. So I'm going to go ahead, click on file, click on saved, and then close that down, and my game user settings config is all optimized and good to go. Now we want to optimize the Epic Games Launcher by opening it up. You then want to head over to the library section. You want to find Fortnite and click on the 3 horizontal dots. Then go into options, and then in here you'll see a brand new setting called DirectX 12 shaders, and if you are using performance mode, you want to go ahead and uncheck this right here. Not only will you save nearly 5 GB of storage, apparently it does help with FPS slightly, so go ahead and uncheck that if you are not on DirectX 12. If you are on DirectX 12, which some of you may be, as you may get better performance, make sure this is actually ticked. But I myself am on performance mode, so I'm going to go ahead and uncheck it and click apply. After that, you want to head to the top right corner, click on your little avatar there, click on the settings tab, scroll down, make sure all your settings are very similar to mine here, make sure the desktop notifications are disabled, and then if you scroll to the bottom, click the additional command line arguments and paste in LANPLAY, NOSPLASH, and use all available cores, as these will help your ping and your FPS big time, and also make the game load a lot faster. Another thing you can do is head back into the local folder, which I showed before how to do, then find the specific folder Epic Games Launcher right here, open that up, open up saved, open up the config file, open up Windows, and then inside of this you want to look for a file called engine.ini. Go ahead and edit that, and then it actually might be empty, but what you need to do is paste in this code right here, which I will have in the description below. Just literally copy and paste it in, and what that'll do is it'll help out your download speeds on the Epic Games Launcher, so if you do an update or anything, it'll help it out a ton, so it's like literally way faster than before. But yeah guys, that's been a quick update on the best game user settings in Fortnite Chapter 4 Season 2. If a video helped out, feel free to drop a like on it, and also be sure to check out any of my other videos that I've made recently on screen right now, and guarantee they should help you out. That's all for now though, catch us all in the next one. Peace.